Win or lose. A wise man once said that it doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. And when you strip any structured activity down to its barest components, that's all that's left. One immutable constant. One binary truth. Win or lose. Over the centuries, we've tried to soften that reality. We set goals, we prioritize and strategize, we build systems, frameworks, entire algorithms sophisticated enough to model the outcome of every possible decision we could make, all in service of nudging the odds just slightly more in our favor. But no matter how complex the thinking becomes, the result never stops being binary. Win or lose. Unfair Flips, a game from 2025, puts that uncomfortable truth front and center. It's a digital coin flipper, and its core interaction is almost confrontational in its simplicity. You click the mouse, and the game tells you heads or tails, success or failure, win or lose. Except at the start, it's not fair. This isn't a 50-50 coin, it's weighted. You only have a 20% chance of flipping heads. 4 out of 5 times, the expectation is that you will lose. But with every successful flip, you earn just enough money to start paying off that cosmic imbalance. Slowly, painfully, you claw your way back towards fairness, until eventually the coin reaches a perfect parity, a true 1-to-1 split, win or lose. And that's where things get interesting. Unfair Flips arrives in the long shadow of Balatro, a game that exploded in 2024 by doing almost the opposite. Where Unfair Flips strips everything away and places a sheer wall in front of you, Balatro hands you godlike control over its digital poker almost from the outset. You can rewrite card values, reshape what hands even mean, stack multiplicative modifiers until the numbers become absurd. And yet, despite all that power, it still can't escape the same constant. Win or lose. That tension is exactly why it works. You're allowed to bend the odds dramatically in your favor, and for a while you might even forget the risk is there, but you're never allowed to erase it entirely. And that's true of nearly every video game we play. RPGs ask you to grind weaker enemies, racing games encourage you to tune your car and memorize the track, action-adventure games drown you in upgrade trees, all of it in a means to stack the odds in your favor. Unfair Flips, however, removes any of that reality bending. There's no mechanical improvement, no secret tech, no moment where you suddenly get good. All you can do is keep flipping, and when you lose 4 flips in a row, it doesn't feel like expected behavior. It feels personal, even when the game is being completely honest with you. That's its uncomfortable truth. Beneath every system, every upgrade, every strategy guide, there's still a simple, indifferent binary: win or lose. And that's where flipping heads stops being about skill or optimization. It becomes about belief, pure, immutable dogma. Something video games rarely expose, but inevitably reveal when stripped down to their most basic form. That's why I've always been fascinated by small games that strip away the bells and whistles we take for granted and reduce interaction to its most primitive form. Egg Squeeze, for example, is a game where you literally squeeze eggs, daring yourself to release just moments before they crack. You're racing a threshold only the computer knows, relying entirely on gut instincts. You push yourself to stop playing it safe, to hold on just a little longer, until a cracked egg punches your mounting ego. The same is true with classic button mashing minigames. They don't test coordination or strategy, they barely even test understanding. It's simply the thumb versus the controller, speed against an arbitrary threshold. But crucially, they still offer path to improvement, through practice, technique, or even outright cheating. Unfair Flips removes even those illusions by presenting a game that can only ever be one thing: win or lose. Win, win or lose.